Welcome back, guys, to Trails in the Sky. As last episode, we entered Castle Grancel to enjoy our victory dinner with Zin, as we looked for a way to meet the Queen. With an unexpected announcement delivered to the guests, it seems Colonel Richard's plans are advancing at pace, as after meeting the head maid Hilda and preparing some disguises, we now can meet with the true ruler of Lebel.
I see, so Professor Russell asked you to bring this information. A pitch-black orbment capable of negating all other orbal energies, and you say that the Colonel has acquired it. The Professor told us that you might have some idea of what he intends to do with it, Your Majesty. Can you tell us anything? I have but a vague idea, but I did not think that the Colonel even knew of it. Perhaps I am worrying about nothing, but even so. Excuse me, but what is this vague idea you have? I suppose there is no harm in telling you. Roughly 10 years ago, a massive orbital reaction was detected beneath Grancel. Professor Russell was the individual who came to investigate. This happened in the vicinity of the sewers? No, far deeper underground than that, in fact. Professor Russell was under the impression that it might be a relic of the ancients that still functioned. Wow. So it was a bona fide artifact then? Most artifacts I know of have lost their function, like the mechanisms on top of the towers. But every now and again, you'll find one that still functions, like Mayor Downward's family heirloom. And something like that is beneath Grancel. So what does that tell us about the gospel? Maybe it could be used to halt the artifact's functions. Could it do that? Yes. However, we were unable to establish the nature of the artifact, or indeed why it was buried beneath the city. But it is beyond my imaginings how the Colonel could know of its existence. Professor Russell's research on it was kept strictly confidential and off the record. I see. In any event, it seems likely that trouble is on the way. Honestly, just as I was starting to think maybe the Colonel might be a slightly nicer guy than we were giving him credit for. But when someone's trying to stir up some trouble, that's when us braces come in. We won't let him get away with whatever evil scheme he's trying to pull off. I'd expect no less from Cassius's daughter. You're acquainted with our father, Your Majesty? He was a friend of my late son's, and a great saviour to the nation. Even after he retired from the army, he would sometimes undertake requests for me. Really? I didn't know that. I imagine that there are a great many things about him that you do not know, including the precise role he played in the war 10 years ago. I assume you have not been told? Well, nothing super detailed. Perhaps then that is the role that I am meant to play. Estelle Joshua, will you indulge me by listening to an old story? Oh yes, absolutely! It is no indulgence, Your Majesty. 10 years ago, in the spring, a tragedy occurred in the southern reaches of the Erebonian Empire. Its cause is yet unknown, so that is something I must admit. The Empire used that event as a pretext for their invasion of Lebel. So began the sad times that would become known as the 100 Days' War. Just as the Empire made its declaration of war, a massive military force breached the Hacken Gate. In what seemed like scant moments, all of Lebel became occupied territory save for Grancel. It is said that the invasion force was 3 times the size of the entire Royal Army. The reinforcements from Calvert were too late to stop their advance. It was but a matter of time before Grancel too would fall. But 2 months after the outbreak of hostilities, the war changed in a way that none could have imagined. Patrol airships had just been developed and were used to recapture Lebel's checkpoints, severing the Imperial Army's communications. The Royal Army then set about recapturing the major regions one by one, using ships launched from Leyston Fortress. Zeiss, Rouen, Bose, Roland. With their supply lines severed, the Erebonian forces occupying each region were swiftly crushed. And the one behind this plan for a counteroffensive was none other than one Colonel Cassius Bright. He was your father, who was General Morgan's right-hand man at the time, as well as Colonel Richard's superior officer. Afterward, with the intercession of the Bracer Guild and the Septian Church, the war was brought to an end. But it was at this time that Cassius lost what he treasured most in all the world. Lena, your mother, Estelle. That clock tower was destroyed in the Imperial Army's vain attempts to hold back the counteroffensive. What followed, I'm sure you know. Cassius was not even able to be by his wife's side in her final moments. No, I had no idea. And he believed the military operation that he himself had planned effectively caused her death. Blaming himself, he left the military and took up the path of the Bracer, all to stay with the only one he had left, you. And this time, he swore he would be able to protect those he loved. Dad, that idiot. It wasn't his fault the mum died. How could he even think that? Estelle. Yes, you are correct. Given that all he lost was in service to his country, the responsibility falls upon me. And so I am sorry, Estelle. I failed to protect your mother. I have wished to apologise to you for a long time. But you don't need to apologise. You protect the peace of this country ever since the war ended. The peace that Dad and all the other soldiers who defended La Belle in the war fought so hard to protect. And the peace that Mum gave her life for so I could live in it. You have nothing to be sorry for. Estelle, you have a kind heart and I'm grateful. It gladdens my heart to have finally met you in person. Now, more than ever. Your Majesty. However, that is why I do not wish you to put yourself in danger. I would like for you to remove yourself from any dealings with this matter. What? But Julia, I mean, Lieutenant Schwartz asked us to help you. I thank you. I am grateful for your willingness to do so. But if some tragedy were to befall you in Cassius' absence, I know of no apology that could ever suffice. I ask only that you go back to your home in Rollant and wait for your father to return. But... If I may, Your Majesty, the peace that Dad restored and that you protect, though it has held firm, now trembles like a leaf in the breeze. Joshua, if the Colonel is able to use the gospel for whatever purpose he intends, and if he succeeds in making the Duke the new King of La Belle, then what will become of that peace? I ask only that you consider that. Your Majesty, right when we became junior bracers, we inherited a whole lot of work from Dad. After the Sky Banner incident, we got that letter in the package, and we've been running all around creation ever since. It feels to us like our dad's been nudging us in the back this whole time. That's why I want to defend peace. So that everyone we've met and everyone we care about can go on living secure and happy lives. Just like you, and just like Mum and Dad. I'm doing this because it's what I believe is right, and I really want to see it through. Estelle, it seems she was right about you. Huh? I too am ready. I would like for the two of you to carry my request to the Bracer Guild. Your Majesty! My liege, we will do whatever you ask. My request is for the Bracer Guild to rescue those being held captive by the Intelligence Division. Amongst them is my granddaughter, Klaudia. Ha ha! So the princess is being held captive somewhere. Yes. This coup d'etat started when I backed her as a successor to the throne. In other words, Duke Denan was out of the running. Yes, though he is my nephew, he is possessed of a considerable number of character flaws. In brief, where he is lacking, my granddaughter shines. For the sake of this nation's future, I would have my granddaughter succeed me. Well, I don't actually know her, but I personally lean towards the idea that your judgment should really be trusted here. No matter the era, there will always be those who object strongly to a woman wielding political power. Not to mention the memory of the invasion by a larger power is still relatively fresh. Some of them will perceive a succession of 2 consecutive queens to be a sign of weakness. It is hardly surprising that such a notion has taken root in the minds of some. Some, including Colonel Richard, I presume. Quite right. Claudia's pending succession to the throne caught him quite unawares. That, along with his passing of this information to the Duke, is what led to this coup. This was all staged so that La Belle would become a strong military power, with the Colonel ruling from the shadows. I see. That finally lets us see the whole picture. So if La Belle became a militarized country, what would happen then? A great many things. Taxes would be levied to fill the war chests. All the weaponry would be developed with the express intent of causing havoc on a massive scale. A wide-ranging policy of conscription would be adopted. And no doubt, contracting Jägerkorps would be made legal, which is not the case at present. Oh no! Indeed, the Colonel has made very adamant requests that I enact such policies. I thought that such proposals were born out of genuine love for his country, but I never agreed that they were the right course of action to take. The Royal Army is not all that protects this land. We have worked hard to maintain treaties with other countries. Defending a nation goes hand in hand with free cultural exchange and trade with all other nations, to the benefit of all. I feel the same way, Your Majesty. Yeah, makes sense to me. The Colonel, however, finds such notions to be womanly and foolishly idealistic. And so he demanded that I abdicate the throne in exchange for Claudia's safe return. Many people have had family members taken to ensure that they would not dare to oppose the Colonel. But I am the Queen, and I will not allow all that I love about my country to be destroyed, simply because of blood ties. Still, she is my only granddaughter. I cannot simply allow her to die. Your Majesty, please try to relax. We hear and comply with your request. We'll see to it that the princess is rescued from those who have imprisoned her. Thank you, both of you. With that reassurance, I will do all I can to oppose the Colonel's demands. Have you any other requests, Your Majesty? The gospel still has to be dealt with, and I don't think we should just leave you here. I appreciate your sentiment, Estelle, but the present state of affairs is not contingent upon my freedom or imprisonment. The gospel shall continue to weigh heavily on my mind for a great many reasons. For my part, I will attempt to ascertain the Colonel's true intentions with it. Wow, what a totally awesome person. Super nice, but with a seriously strong will. I hope I'm even 1/10 that cool when I get old. Cool. Did you actually just call the Queen that? Still, she definitely has what it takes to govern the whole country. Yeah, I really want to stop this coup thingy and help her. That's definitely outside of Bracer jurisdiction. Well, first things first, we do whatever we can. Right. You know, I'm still freaking out about what the Queen told us about Dad. I wonder if she's got any more tidbits she'd be willing to share. Estelle and Joshua, have you finished changing? Oh yeah! Then we should return to the waiting room at once. It's already after 11 o'clock. Actually, it's almost midnight. Whoa, is it really that late? The Queen spoke with us for a long time. If we stay any longer, it's apt to make the guards suspicious. And time to leave. Thank you, Outlaw, for that gifted sub as well. To Ash there, thank you very much. I need to get some more water, because, man, that's a lot of talking at the moment. And Joshua's cross-dressing again. Well, he has to. You can't go out the different clothes that you had before, can you? That's a bit silly of us. Can we go up to the Queen's room now still? Yeah, what is cross-dressing? Wear what you like. We're just busting into the Queen's room here. Oh, nice balcony. Couldn't we just airship you out, maybe? I haven't seen any defensive cannons around the place. Well now, I was wondering how Hilda managed to get you two in here. Now I see. Those outfits were a marvellous idea. You both look quite convincing. Estelle, Joshua, I haven't had such a wonderful day in a very long time. You must come again for tea. I'd like it if Klaudia and Cassius could join us next time. We could all have a nice chat together. Haha, Joshua, she saw you in drag no matter what. I feel like saying in drag is a weird phrase to put as well. It's wondering most of the time why these words get invented, or how phrases get invented, the evolution of language. Are you going home for the day, Miss Hilda? Yes, I believe so. Just be sure not to do Her Majesty any further discourtesy. That's not fair. Now please relax. We are patrons to the core. That's good to hear. Now I believe that we shall be on our way. Pardon me. By your leave. By the way, ladies, I don't think we ever got your names. May we ask them? I could be Lena, Shara, or Dorothy. Take your mother's name. Let's not attribute it to someone who's alive. It would be best to go with other names, I feel. I know that sounds a bit weird to take your mum's name in this case, too. My, isn't that a lovely name? It has a pleasant ring to it. Thank you very much. Now about you, miss. You can call me Karen. Karen, you say? That's a very pretty name. You're too kind, sir. I'm rather fond of it myself. Are you now? Oh, right, we're with the Special Ops. My name is... I think that's just about enough. I sense an ulterior motive at work. No, I mean, at least not from us. Please be safe on your way home. She has them wrapped around her finger, doesn't she? Nice save. We got them out of that conversation. Good job. We talked to the Queen. We're safe. Let's get out of here and see where this leads, because now we got the formal job for the Bracer Guild. This is going to cause trouble. Well, aren't you Mr. Popularity? It was like their eyes all changed when you told them your name. Hey, it was not. I didn't see you shying away from joining in the conversation. Sure, but that doesn't mean I wasn't nervous. I kind of lost all my confidence there. Eh? What's all this noise about? Alright, Duke. Uh-oh. Don't worry, he never recognizes us. It's fine. Oh, Duke Danan. Ah, it's the lady of the court. Hey, you mates. You don't look familiar. These are two of the new hires who I'm instructing. This is Lena, and that's Karen. They're still quite inexperienced, so I'm giving them some extra training time. Did he recognize us? Not good. Given how many times we've run into him, it'd be bizarre if he didn't recognize us. Come now, Philip. Enough with the staring. It's quite unusual to see you coming from you, stiff upper lip and all. Please pardon my rudeness. You look much like my niece. My eyes were playing tricks on me, it seems. I'm dreadfully sorry for the discourtesy. Oh, it's no bother. Please don't concern yourself. You know, now that I stop and look, I must say that you both are quite lovely. You with the brown hair. You have a very healthy, clean look to you. Ugh. As for you, I personally think you look best with that raven hair of yours even longer. I'm honoured.
Ah, yes. Lena, was it not? You shall attend to me this evening.
Your Grace? Ew, I don't want to serve him tea. I don't think tea is what he wants served. Your Grace, your flirtations while flattering are best saved for another time and place. All of the maids in the castle work directly in service to Her Majesty Queen Alicia. I trust you've not forgotten?
I know. Some folks simply can't appreciate a joke. The cows will be mine in a week's time anyway. We can set aside time for some fun then. Your Grace, please no more of this. I do not mind when you drink to excess, but you know how your libido gets in such instances. I say this knowing full well that I may be reprimanded for it. But I said I was just joking. Enough, I'm going to bed. As you wish, Your Grace. Your room is right over there. Whoa. Oh, right. Lena, you just let me know if you have any problems. Anything at all. I'll give you the best advice the future king can give.
Thank you very much.
Aren't you cute? Yes, good. Good. This is my room. You know where it is. I apologize unreservedly for all the fuss. His Grace will likely remember nothing of this come the morning. Please set your minds at ease. I should certainly hope so. I'm truly sorry. Madame and young missus, I beg your pardon, but I must take my leave. What? The door didn't even open! He made it straight in! He's a wall walker.
I feel so badly for him. He truly seems to bear the weight of the world on his shoulders. Oh, do you know Mr. Philip personally? Yes, ever since we were children. Though not nearly as well as we once did, thanks to the one he serves. I see. He sure seems like he's nervous all the time, doesn't he? I bet that everything between the Duke and the Colonel has him completely on edge. Probably, yeah. By the way, what was that you were saying earlier about me being the popular one? The Duke certainly seemed awfully fond of you. Ah, please, I'd like to keep my food in my stomach, thank you. Alright, back to before. I feel like I'm missing something. Why would the Duke want tea so late? Well, you see... Estelle, allow me to elucidate the matter of tea and why gentlemen should never request it in polite company. Huh? Come closer. Hilda whispered something into Estelle's ear. Now do you understand? Yes. Hopeless. Completely hopeless. But I like tea before bed. Actual tea. I know it's caffeine, but still. Thanks for everything, both of you. If not for you, I don't know what we'd have done. Please, it was the least we could do in Her Majesty's service. I only ask that you complete the request she made of you. I feel the same way. I beg of you, do everything in your power to save the princess. Oh, are you one of her royal retainers? Yes. I regret that I rarely get the chance to serve her directly. She's so kind and open. She's always treated me more like a friend than a servant. The thought of her being held captive keeps me up at night. I understand. Well, you can rest easy now that we're on the job. We'll save her. Shall we be going? Finally, we can leave. We can get out of here. No tea before bedtime today. No, Jutanam. Bad, Jutanam. Castle gate's currently sealed to help ensure security. Please feel free to walk around the castle for the time being. Oh. I gotta go to bed in my room. I just want to get out of here. Like, run and go to the Bracers Guild. Because I'm worried about other people here that can get us while we're sleeping. What, might I inquire, are you doing at this late hour? Ah! Captain Malfia! Good evening. I realise you've been invited here, but don't you think it's a bit late for you kids to be out walking around? Please pardon us. We've simply never been in a castle like this. We couldn't resist the urge to take a look around. Oh, that's certainly understandable. So where were you half an hour ago? Please enlighten me, if only for my own edification. We were in the maid quarters, the administrative room, the royal guard room. Well, we obviously can't be there. The cellar? I mean... obviously the maid quarters would... Nothing's really good. Obviously not the royal guard room. The cellar is out of sight, so you may not have checked there.
But then, if you want corroboration with a story, you've got to choose maid quarters, haven't you? Because then the head maid would just say that's where you were.
Haha, I admire your honesty. So let's not waste time on games. I did in fact receive several reports of you going in and out of the maid quarters. Do you not think it a bit odd to be looking around in that particular place?
What? You don't think that questioning something like that, when you already have the facts, is a little cruel?
I'll take that as a compliment. So what business have you in the maid quarters? I suggest you answer honestly.
Well, Oh, Estelle, Joshua! You been here the whole time? It's Zin! He went to the bar!
Zin!
Oh, yeah, you went to the bar. He's still at the bar. Whoa, now that's the stuff!
You're drunk.
Oops. Sorry. And hey, if it ain't my favourite gorgeous officer lady. Nice. Something like that we met up again, eh?
I suppose.
So what's going on? Are my students here causing any trouble?
Students? No, it's just that they were in the maid quarters for a while. I merely wanted to know their business, simply as a security precaution.
Oh, yeah, I totally get you. I sent them off to find some munchies to go on my booze. Hey, Joshua, you kids find anything to eat?
No, the cooks aren't back yet, I guess. We went to ask the maid if there was any way we could get our hands on something, but no luck.
Oh well, I'll have to do without, I guess. Hey, I just had a great idea. You want to come and join me for a drink? I mean, hey, nothing goes with drinks like a beautiful lady.
I'm afraid I'm busy, so I'll have to decline your generous offer. My apologies for the misunderstanding, but I would advise you to return to your room and remain there for the rest of the night. I have to investigate any suspicious activity, you understand? Of course.
It is late. We should probably just go to bed.
Very good then. Now if you'll excuse us.
Well played, Zim. Ah, denied. Oh well, might as well just go back to the room.
Right. We'll go with you.
Or were you really just that drunk that you didn't read the room and you just went for it? Looks like I managed to convince her at least. Aha!
What? Zin, aren't you drunk?
I was acting drunk. I haven't had a single drop.
No way, your face had even gone all red. He focused on making his blood circulate better, which made it look like he was intoxicated. Is that with some kind of Eastern martial arts breathing exercise, right?
Ah, I'm surprised you're familiar with it. Well, hey, you seem to be on a tight spot, so I figured I'd distract everyone. Nice, huh? Saved your bacon, as the saying goes.
Huh, you're an evil, evil man, Zin. Okay, sure you did help us out, but you also surprised the hell out of me.
Sorry about that. So what's the story?
What story?
I would have thought it'd be obvious. The story of you meeting with the Queen.
Whoa, wait, what? How did you... Did Elnan tell you something about this?
Actually, I couldn't get him to tell me anything. But now I know anyway, don't I?
Without prior knowledge, there's no way you could have just guessed. So how much do you really know?
I guess it's finally time to show you this.
Zin produced a letter from his pocket and handed it to Estelle and Joshua.
What's this?
I know this handwriting.
Well, don't just stand there. Read it. I'll explain a lot.
Okay.
Dear Zin Vafek, I hope this letter finds you well.
I know I've been out of touch. I'm in a hurry, so I hope you'll pardon my bluntness. My work concerning the Jaegers is leading me into Imperial territory. However, due to the fact that unusual forces seem to be influencing matters inside Liberl, I felt uneasy being absent for so long. This is why I must ask a favour of you. Can I persuade you to come to Liberl and help out if they need it? Since you haven't been to Liberl before, perhaps you could think of it as a recreational trip. There is a martial arts competition before the Queen's birthday celebration, and foreigners can participate. It would make fine camouflage. I realise that this is sudden, but if you can do it, I would be most grateful. I'm intending to return to Liberl before the festival, so hopefully we'll be able to have a drink together when I return. Cassius Bright. P.S. You may have the chance to meet my son and daughter. They're currently apprentices at the guild, so if you happen to meet them, feel free to test the extent of their training. Try not to bail them out too much, unless it seems like they really need it. So Dad actually asked you to come to Liberl, which means he's in Erebonia now? That's the long and short of it. The long and short of it? What it means is that you were in cahoots with Maul along. That's kind of a nasty way to put it, don't you think? I owe Master Cassius a favour from the time he spent in Calvard. This letter just gave me the chance to make us square again. I suppose. When did you realise that we were his kids? I had a feeling from the outset, once I saw Estelle's techniques with a bow staff. I asked Kilika about it, and that confirmed it. It would have been nice if you'd said something about it at all. We've been worried sick wondering where Dad's been.
I know, and I'm sorry I haven't said anything, but I got the impression from the letter that he was trying to keep his whereabouts a secret. Still, you're definitely his kids, alright, so if you could pull off a job as big as sneaking an audience for the Queen.
I suppose so. He knows this much. It wouldn't hurt to tell him everything, right?
I agree. It'd probably be best to fill us in on everything. It is a bit far-fetched to say that we could put an end to this whole situation on our own, after all. Estelle and Joshua told of how they managed to speak directly with the Queen, as well as the Queen's request to safely rescue Princess Klaudia. I see. I thought something seemed a little off when everyone was talking at the party. Alright then. I'll be out with that little request.
What? You will?
Yep, I think this is the ideal opportunity to settle my debt to Master Cassius. Please, let me help.
We'd be glad to.
Thank you, once again. Zin's with us. But something else is going on somewhere. What is this place? I never would have imagined that something like this even existed. It's larger than I expected. Lieutenant Lawrence, if you'd be so kind as to show us the way to the lowest level. Yes, sir. Mechs. Whoa! Is that some kind of mechanical monster? Well, these must be archaisms. Holy shit! You took out that thing in one stroke! You were the quickest to react. You are indeed truly a force to be reckoned with when you don't hold back. You flatter me, sir. Your quick draw technique as well was quite remarkable to behold. I can see that you studied under the divine blade himself. I am humbled. I still have a ways to go before I can really humble anyone, I'm afraid. But time waits for no man. The skills I possess now will have to be enough. My strength may be meager, but I must forge this kingdom's future with my own two hands. My brave men, the way to the ultimate power is open. A bright new dawn approaches for our beloved Labelle. I expect only the best of each of you. By your order, sir, we the Special Ops will work as one for the Colonel. For the glory of Labelle! For the glory of Labelle! For the glory of Labelle. Well, what is going on? Is this the proverbial place that's underneath Labelle? I understand the situation. You both performed admirably. I'm amazed you were able to deliver the Professor's message to Her Majesty in person. We just got lucky is all. The real question is, how much longer is luck going to be on our side? Yes, we're really going to have to stay focused. If you understand that already, then there's nothing more than I need to tell you. In any case, we can consider Professor Russell's request to be fulfilled. Please accept this as compensation for a job well done. Oh, okay, we'll get payment, finally, for lots of stuff we done. Well then, Zin. It was pure providence that Cassius invited you here. We need the help of an A-ranked bracer like yourself. No need to even ask. Even if I didn't have a debt to repay to Cassius, I couldn't possibly stand by idly in a situation like this. I'm with you until the end. I knew we could count on you, Zin. By the way, what's this A-rank business? It's a rank that signifies a full-fledged bracer's full power. There are 7 ranks, ranging from G on the bottom up to A at the top. So he's the highest rank you can get? Wow, I never knew you were such a badass, Zin. Well, I may be A rank, but I'm still an underling, so to speak. There are 20 A rankers across the continent. But above that, there's an informal S rank. That one's only granted to bracers who successfully resolve issues on a national scale. And there are only 4 of those on the entire continent. Whoa, I'm not sure I even want to think about what they could do. You really don't know any of this stuff, do you? One of those 4 is Master Cassius. What? Okay, Joshua, you're not going to tell me you knew about this already, right? Right? Sorry, but yes I did. He solved a major case for the Republic about 5 years ago. I swear, it's hardly worth even getting upset about anymore. Royal Army soldier, hidden hero, divine blade, S-rank bracer. If he's really so damn awesome, then it sure would be nice if he'd come back and take care of this case. You may be right. If you were with us, perhaps this would have never have escalated to the point where a coup d'etat was even possible. Joshua, what's wrong? Just thinking about how strange this is. This whole chain of events apparently started with Dad going off on his trip. It's as if whoever planned the coup was waiting for him to be gone. At least it's just the impression I have. Oh. So what you're saying is that the coup was planned around his departure for the Empire? Am I correct? No, I'm sure that'd be overthinking things.
I can't think of anyone who could possibly manipulate Dad like that without him noticing he was being used. They'd have to know him and his behaviour patterns exceptionally well to be able to pull it off. Well, yeah. I never knew what he was up to, even though he was so close. I don't think that Colonel Richard could have ever managed to pull the wool over his eyes. More likely, it's just that two major events happen to overlap with each other. Regardless of the circumstances, we cannot currently rely on Cassius to help. Therefore, I am resolved to prepare for the worst. I believe an emergency conference of the Grancel branch of the Bracer Guild is called for. Huh? All other things being equal, we have a request that comes directly from Her Majesty the Queen. The third article of the Bracer Code states that we shall never act in a fashion that interferes with the government. We cannot ignore Her Majesty's request, however, so we must act. We're no match for the Royal Army as we are. I ask the cooperation of all bracers in Grancel, including Zin, of course. Oh, okay. If we come in conflict with the Intelligence Division, we'll need all the help we can get. Ideally, we should have the cooperation of other branches, but the checkpoints are being completely sealed off as of today, ostensibly to foil any potential terrorist activity. What? So basically it amounts to martial law. So the enemy is finally moving to full tilt. This may be to stifle any activity on the part of any Royal Guardsmen in hiding, as well as ourselves. If we're going to conduct a rescue operation, we'll have to do it with the resources on hand. Fun, but we're up to it. So, do we have a solid idea of where the prisoners are being held? That's been on my mind for a while now, actually. I believe the most likely place to be the Erbe Royal Villa. That's the building in the forest, right? It would make sense. If the soldiers are using it under the pretense of counter-terrorism, few would question it. And I can't imagine they want to lock a lady of the royal family in a cell in Laceham Fortress. Considering it's the army we're going to go up against here, I'd like a more solid confirmation, however. If we assault the wrong place, we'd have hell to pay for it. Yes, precisely. But in either case, we must assemble any bracers currently in the royal city. Can I ask you to assemble them here for me? Any information you could gather while doing so would be much appreciated. If I'm not mistaken, Estelle, you and your friends are acquainted with a reporter, correct? Oh, you mean Neil? Yeah, we should see if he's picked up anything significant. Also, we must attempt to enlist the aid of the guardsmen who are in hiding. If you can get them to contact me, it would be greatly appreciated. So in other words, we need to get in touch with Sister Julia. She helped us with the invitation before, so we should let her know what's going on. So off to the cathedral then. There are 4 other bracers in the city. Kirk, Brant, Kana, and Annalise. Check the bars and their usual hangouts. They may also be in the hotel. If you see them, please instruct them to come back here. Sure thing. Alright, and off we go. By the way, I'd like to say, now we got through that, thank you for the follow, Drea, and thank you for watching my YouTube channel, Sit Skull with Sword. Welcome, welcome, welcome. No jobs to do? Right, we got to find the guys, have we? Of course they're not where they were not too long ago. That was a long talking segment. Maybe we've got some new news to buy as well. It'd be nice if he told me any of their actual locations. That'd be great. We say check the bars, so let's check the bars. That's Graham. That's not who I want to talk to. Hey, it's Graham! Well, isn't the big bad champions? Hey, you guys spent the night at the castle. Frankly, I'm surprised to see you back so early. Did you eat anything good? Yeah, we did, but that's not what we're here to talk about. Oh, something on your mind? Explain the situation and the Queen's request to grant. Holy crap, you're not pulling my leg, are you? We are not. Every word is true. I stake my reputation on it. If Zin the Immovable is moved by this, that's all the proof I need. I'll do whatever I can to help. You can count on it. Thanks, Grant. We'll all be meeting at the guild house to plan our strategy as soon as possible. So if you'd please, head over there while you can. Understood? Go on, friends. I'll catch up with you there. That's one. Anyone else? Well, I guess I should check if there's actually a new news entry at this point. With lovely pictures. So they're talking in public. It's not very smart. No, it's not really smart. I guess they're just hoping. I mean, there's so many places around that there's guards. Well, if it's a Zin and the new recruits, back from the castle already? Well, yeah, I guess we are. Annalise, can we have a moment of your time? You hear something juicy you're looking to share with me? Well, if by juicy you mean spit your juice order in shock, then yeah. It's a real juice bomb. Ooh, yeah, my undivided attention. Should we be talking about this here, or should I be sitting down for it? Huh? Just to make it absolutely clear, this isn't a joke. Things will get serious in a big hurry, and if they do, we'll need your help. Let's see. So my head's just a little scrambled from how screwed up this whole situation is. I didn't really get all of this, but you want everyone to meet up at the guild house, right? Right, Elnam will fill you in on all the details. Okay then, I'll go and see what's up.
Really should just say Elnam wants to talk to the McGill branch. Yeah, Juice Bomb, watch out sounds PC. Correct. 100%. I was wondering if in the Grand Arena there might be Kurt just standing outside, lamenting. He seemed a bit messed up by his loss after all. What's happened to Olivier in the meantime? We've lost him completely. Let me in. I've been instructed to keep Olivier from leaving the embassy premises. I'll probably refrain from acting on his behalf too, at least for the time being. Well, he's a good friend, you know. He's quite handy. Alright, well, let's look around for someone else. That's Professor Alba. You're not one of the bracers. Somehow I don't think any of the bracers would be here. But worth taking a little gander. Then we've got the airship dock up here. One's definitely in the hotel, because it mentioned the hotel by name after all. So it's just finding the other one of two. Oh, you can't go down there anymore? Oh my god, that's a lot of guards. They didn't just put one on that, they put two to make sure you definitely couldn't walk past. Alright, let's check the hotel then. We'll go to the cathedral too. One's definitely going to be in the hotel though. Why would you mention it if one wasn't? I mean, Kana's probably staying in the hotel, right? I do wonder at this point now. Aha! Curtis! Wish I could remember that time a little better. It's like there's a thick fog blanketing the whole thing. Oh, hi Kurt! It's good to see you here. Hi Estelle. Hi Joshua. Oh, Zin's with you too. Did you know that they were going to do that dinner party in the castle yesterday? That was when these two rookies took on a pretty major assignment. What major assignment? I think it's best if we tell you more or less the whole story. What is with you, Kurt? As Joshua explained all the circumstances that led to their request from the Queen. You're serious? Of course we are. That's why we really need your help. No, that's not it. I admit, I'm shocked at Her Majesty's request of you. The black ornament that the Colonel has. It's real? Kurt? What's wrong? You look awfully pale. Whoa! What in the world? Step away from him. Huh? Shade. Lift. What? What was that? You didn't even touch him and he acted like he got electrocuted. It's a special spirit channeling breath technique. It allows the user to directly affect the target's body without direct physical contact. I don't normally like to be so rough, but time isn't exactly on our side. How are you feeling? Wow, actually, a lot better. I can't remember every detail, but a good bit of it's coming back. I'm a little unsteady from the shock, but I think I'll be alright. So what do you remember? Didn't I say so before? There was an accident around 3 months ago. You lost your memories while you were working, right? Yes, someone had asked me to check up on those men in the black outfits, and I took something suspicious from them. It was the black ornament. So the person who gave you the assignment? Yes, it was your father, Cassius. I wasted no time in packaging it up and sending it to him. But that's really as far back as I can remember. So the K on that package was you? Yes. I think I also remember there being a note that said to have Professor Russell analyze it. I get it, the package was delivered to you two. Do you remember anything after that? Anything that happened after you sent off that package? Yes. After I left the port, someone called out to me. And then... It's no good. It's all still one big blur. You're probably best off not pressing your luck. It's likely to just cause strain that you can't handle yet. Yes, alright. I'm really just amazed that I was able to remember anything at all. Which brings us to a bigger question. Who would have done this? Maybe those special ops guys? It's possible. They did use that nasty poison on Aga after all. It's as if they're manufacturing and testing new drugs. Maybe they've made something to cause memory loss. Ah, now there's a cheerful thought. Plus, there's the Sky Bandit's boss and Mayor Downmore to consider. We have to be really careful. I'm sorry, I don't have anything really useful to tell you. I know that Her Majesty asked you to do what you to do. I want to help, if you'll let me.
But are you sure you'll be okay?
Sure. My memory may be like a sieve, but physically I'm fine. I'm here for your help, so please, allow me to make it up to you. Are you feeling up to it? Sure. We need to work out a strategy for now. Let's meet back at the guild. Alright, you have my thanks. Well, Kurt had more story behind him than we would have thought, but then it does tie up something from earlier. Kurt was the K that sent the package all along. Right, we should be relatively near the cathedral now, shouldn't we? Don't know where Kana is exactly. Maybe we could speak to Sister Julia before we find her. Madame put a request in the Royal Army to find little Rian, but there's been no word. Oh, someone's missing. My granddaughter Rian has not come home since yesterday, and I've received no contact from my husband either, as usual. Oh, what to do, what to do? Both as a wife and as a grandmother, I must remain ever vigilant. Familial relations are not to be taken lightly. Someone's child is missing. I wonder if we'll randomly bump into you out in the woods now. That was not the cathedral, however. I'm one short of the cathedral here. I take it we'd be looking for a female then. Are you looking for Sister Ellen, perchance? Sister Ellen? No, Sister Julia. Yeah, Sister Julia would be not a very good cover name. I believe the Archbishop should know her whereabouts. He should be in the sacramental chamber to the southeast of this room. Well, that's not southeast. And that is... Oh no, there. Thought that jutting out bit would be it. And who might you be? We're, members, of the Bracers. The Bracer Guild, I mean. We were looking for Sister Ellen. Were you now? Might I guess that you share complicity with her then? With a nun? Ooh, no! He's asking if we know her real identity, Estelle. We're here with the information she asked us to find. I'm sorry to say she's no longer at the cathedral. She came to say goodbye to me this morning and left. Where to? I mean, do you know where she might have gone? If only I did. I've been close to the royal family for many years, and she's always regarded me as a friend and confidant. But this time she refused to give me any details. You no doubt wish to keep the church from getting too deeply involved in whatever is occurring. I see. I wouldn't worry, though. She had the light of hope in her eyes as she departed. I'm confident she was not running away to wallow in despair, but for a more noble cause. Well, that's good at least. But the thing is, we kind of need to stay in touch with the Royal Guardsmen. Well, begging for rain in the desert only gets you sand. We should probably go. The best thing we can do is covertly keep an eye out for other Royal Guardsmen. Not the most efficient plan, but that seems to be all we've got. Seem to be between a rock and a hard place, as they say. Always remember that Adius helps those who help themselves. Do all that you can, and Adius will surely take care of the rest. Hard and honest work will always lead you down the right path. Well, we can't find Julia Schwartz, then. What do you mean by looking for covert guards? Early this morning, I crossed paths with one of the nuns from the cathedral. Where could she have been going at that time of day? I mean, they're obviously not going to be dressed in obvious uniforms of obviousness, after all. There seemed to be some kind of commotion with the workers here. Did something happen? I went to go speak to Neil as well. Oh, the airships have stopped. I was all ready to go cover the antelopes and bows. Now I have to think of something else to write. Cruel fate, why must you mock me so? I don't know. This is weird, Chief. We haven't heard anything in 2 days. Huh. Well, he does tend to get completely wrapped up when he's looking for the next big story. But given how close we are to a state of martial law, I don't much like that he hasn't contacted us either. Oh, hi, guys. Hi, Dorothy. Pardon us. Oh, it's you. Perfect timing. Good afternoon. We had to talk to Neil, but I'm guessing he's not around? That's what we were just talking about. Actually, Neil hasn't shown up here today or yesterday. No word from him or anything. Huh. Yesterday or today? We spoke with him in the evening 2 days ago. Really? What do you mean, really? You gave us the message to meet him for Adios' sake. We came here to talk to him after the semi-finals. Oh, right. Now that you mention it. So did he say anything to you? Like where he was going? Ah. I can't remember. I mean, we went out to dinner, yeah. Should we really tell him more about what we talked about after all? Because it kind of implicates. No clue about any of these answers. I mean, he's doing all the things, but I know he got a phone call, but it's cool about, like, telling her. There's information that people don't want to know. I mean, Dorothy's memory's like a sieve, but these are reporters and they report stuff. I don't want to get them in trouble. That's the implication we've got here. So I never know what's right, because I wouldn't tell them. Tell them it's the IRS, sure. I just wouldn't tell them, and I'd go look for Neil. I would not give them information at all, because they might act on it. That's just what reporter types are like. Let's just go with the truth. Right, I remember what happened. He got a call from someone, then he said he had to leave. Are you serious? Yes. We haven't seen hide nor hair of him since. Oh no, I can't believe Neil's dead! What? Who said he was dead? Say when all the airliner traffic gets shut down. Everything was normal yesterday though, so maybe he went to another province. I already inquired with the landing port's passenger registry, and there was no sign of him. I'm messing my words up. So I figure he still has to be somewhere in town. You two were the last ones to see this reporter fellow. Weren't you talking to him about something for a news article? Huh? These are the times we live in. Controlling the media is a big deal for the military. What do you think, Chief? I certainly can't argue with that. Particularly in the case of the Intelligence Division. They monitor and censor everything we do. You wouldn't believe how frustrating it is. Which means that you can't get much information for your stories. But it's in a reporter's nature to want to get as much possible into the hands of the readers. That's my problem. I see. So we want to check out a new subject that the Intelligence Division hasn't started censoring yet. What was the last thing he told us about? I think it was about Jordan Winter's an arranged marriage for Princess Klaudia or Julia and Canon's history. It was an arranged marriage for Princess Klaudia, wasn't it? Julia and Canon's history. I can't remember talking about that. But that was the bit that kind of stuck around with me. And the Duke mentioned something about the dinner party. Oh, and he told you about that too. It'd make a hell of a story if it's true. You mentioned having to get some evidence at any cost. How'd a reporter like Neil even learn about something like that? I'd have thought that something like that would be known only to the royal family. Well, he did say he's friends with someone who works in the Erbe Royal Villa. Completely off the record, but the terrorists are supposedly after the princess, so she's secretly staying in the villa for her own safety. I knew it! And the veil is lifted. Maybe the person he was talking to was his friend in the villa, which would mean that Neil's probably there too. You don't say. What if I know Neil? He'd probably try to worm his way in for an interview with the princess. And if the soldiers saw him, they'd have arrested him on the spot. No! Neil's a goner! Why do you keep coming back to that? But if he has been arrested, getting him out isn't going to be easy. Yeah, I'm betting that he and Princess Klaudia are pretty much in the same situation. What exactly do you people know? Do you have inside information about what's going on in this city? In all of the Burl? Sorry, we really can't talk about it? Yeah, we really need to keep that information under wraps, which is why answering these questions at all is kind of silly. But we did get the other tidbit out of them in exchange. Just let the Bracer Guild take care of Neil. If he's been arrested, we'll see to it that he's released. Alright? Please do whatever you can. Please, you guys. We've got to bring Neil back. Leave it to us. Dorothy's a bit of a liability, I feel like, here. Please, Estelle, I beg of you. Please save Neil. I mean, we will do. He's a useful guy to have around. Kana? No. Hey, finally. You guys wouldn't happen to have the complete collection of the Carnelia, would you? How you do? I always meant to buy every new volume when it came out, but never got around to it. I was like, I can always read the whole series when it's finished, right? And now it's pretty much impossible to find the whole set for sale in one place. So I beg you, please, will you be willing to part with your own collection of tomes? Sure. You will? Really? Oh my god, 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 thank you so much! I work in diplomatic relations and just got back from assignment in the Far East. But I have a pretty impressive little collection of Eastern goods too, if I do say so myself. I'll let you have one of my rare items in exchange for what I see. Your braces, no? Let's see what I've got that might catch your eye. It's between these two. Which one intrigues you more? The Mystic Stave or the Twin Plovers? Obviously these are weapons. And if I have to think about weaponry, I would gear everything towards a multi-hitting special. Which, of course, only one person has. Thank you. We'll take this. Receive the Twin Plovers. Oh, very nice. Very nice indeed. It suits you. I've gotten a notification to close shop early today, so I have lots of time to read. Thank you again. And so we've got rid of all the Carnelia books. They actually gone from my inventory too. What if I hadn't read them? What if I hadn't read them? But we have read them. We've got it all recorded for history's sake. Twin plovers, they are way better than the Schneiders. 130 Eastern Forged sword sheathed in checkered scabbards, boosting Joshua's attack by an absolute ton. Now we'll have the utmost power. Thanks for immortalizing the books. Well, let's keep looking for Kana. House for sale. Easy conversion to restaurant. Next to the coffee shop. Can't you just keep the house? I mean, houses are vital. I wonder where Kana would be then. Doesn't seem to be in the ornament place. I don't think you've got anything to build. It's positively amazing how much money I've made off the martial arts competition. We depend on the festivities this time of year to make ends meet. If we're in the red, we're dead. If we're in the black, we'll be back. Do you just use the... What do you use? I don't usually pay you anything, though. I just pay you quartz for the good stuff. Just wondering if any more has come into the fold here. Doesn't look like it, does it? Can't get another EP cut free, sadly. We're still missing a bit there. Shame. Shame. Where would Kana be? In the weapon shop? Ah! Hi, Kana. Hey, look who it is. Oh, you've got old man Zin with you. What's going on? Well, it's a long story. Uh-oh, sounds serious. Explain the situation and the Queen's request to Kana. You're not just pulling my leg, are you? I must admit, I did find it a bit odd that all the gates and ports and such would have been shut down. So, what did you want me exactly? Well, we need to get everyone together and formulate a plan. So if you would, please meet us at the guild. Gotcha. I'm already there. That should be everyone. That should be absolutely everyone. Don't you think it's a bit too quiet considering the tournament just ended? It's Colonel Shepard. Hello. A weapons storeroom. With a whole lot of nothing in it. That's a bit rubbish. I'm guessing you're not selling anymore? Those black armored soldiers have been all over the town lately. Such a commotion. With her majesty's still sick, I just have no idea what will become of her birthday celebration. Nothing good. And I'm guessing we've got still the best of everything we could possibly have. Except no Olivier! Which means we'll never have the best of everything. I think we've done every task, right? The other braces are already assembled. Have you heard from the Royal Guardsman or the reporter? Sorry, sir, no contact. We believe we've gathered the intelligence we need. Joshua explained everything they learned from the cathedral and the Bell News HQ. I see. We can conclude with fair certainty then that Princess Klaudia is inside the villa. It's unfortunate you weren't able to make contact with the Royal Guardsman, but at least we now know that they haven't been captured. Should we get started then? Yes. We need to start working out the details of the rescue operation. Are we all up to date on the pertinent details of the Intelligence Division's planned coup d'etat then? Given this information, we should consider ourselves under contractual obligation to Queen Alicia. I can barely believe what I'm hearing. I'm ashamed of myself for not noticing something was amiss sooner. I was suspicious of those special ops troops from the very beginning, but I really trusted Colonel Richard. And he was behind the Sky Bandits and Mayor Dalmore? We got completely snowed. And we can't let them get away with it, that's for sure. And you'll be counted on to cooperate in this assignment. Damn straight! Just lead the way. I owe those guys some black eyes, rhyme intended. Count me in for sure. This is gonna be good. We got strong allies. We'll prevail without a doubt. Now, let me explain the details of this mission. We have to move fast, as there are lives at stake here. It's not the most elegant approach, but I believe taking control of the villa through a frontal assault is our best option. We don't have time to try and find some route to infiltrate, so I guess that's the only option we got. How will we be divided? We'll split into two groups, a decoy team and a rescue team. The decoy team will draw the attention of the main forces, while the rescue team makes its way into the villa. Remember though, we're dealing with the Intelligence Division's special ops here. If I may, I'd like to suggest we also add an ambush team to aid the decoy team, and a second decoy team to assist the rescue team. Man, we're really teaming with teams here. Why do we need those? The ambush team would lie in wait until the decoy team draws out the enemy fortresses, and then both teams can attack at once. Meanwhile, the second decoy team would attempt to break the enemy's ranks, allowing the rescue team to enter the villa more easily. Ah yeah, I guess that's a good point. Evens the odds a little bit. But do we have enough members to spread among 4 squads? No, we don't. We've contacted other guild branches, but with the airships grounded, we're pretty much on our own.
Well, crap. I've only had Sharon and Agat.
However, I agree with Zin that trying to carry out this operation with only 2 squads is risky. We may need to re-examine the strategy. If numbers are all you lack, maybe we can be of assistance. She comes of her own accord. We can't find her, but she will come when we need it.
Hey! Lieutenant Schwartz!
Well now, it isn't Sister Military.
It is a pleasure to meet you all. I am Royal Guardsman Sub-Commander Lieutenant Julia Schwartz. The Royal Guardsmen are here at your disposal for this operation.
Understood. Your participation will be most invaluable. I count 9 soldiers in your squad, including yourself. My remaining troops are incognito, stationed all throughout the city. I can assemble them within the hour.
That's great, but Lieutenant Schwartz, how did you know we were going to try to save the hostages?
We tried to find you at the cathedral and tell you, but you'd already disappeared.
Did you? My apologies. All I knew was that you had accepted the Queen's mission.
I found out last night.
Last night? We just met with the Queen last night ourselves.
Yes, I'm aware of that. We have sources for military intelligence of this sort. All that matters now is that Her Highness gave us the order to assist, and we are happy to do it. Sieg.
Sources? I want sources. Can I share some of yours?
I don't... Let's leave it at no, Estelle. More importantly, the Guardsman's assistance will give us the extra forces we need to fill the ambush and support teams. Indeed, with this additional manpower, I believe our chances of success have increased exponentially. And with extra manpower secured, we should start to sign on the teams immediately.
Roger that.
We need 2 decoy teams, right? I believe 5 of my troops should be sufficient for one of them. Yeah, I'd say those Royal Guard uniforms would definitely catch their attention.
My thoughts exactly.
We'll target the Intelligence Division's aerial squadron stationed just on the outskirts of the Erbe scenic route.
Wait a sec, aerial squadron? You don't mean...
I'm afraid she does. It's on the scenic route's outskirts. Now you mention it, there is a stretch of land out there that's been completely blockaded. According to my intelligence, there is only a skeleton crew of guards stationed there. If we attack, they will have no alternative but to call the villa for reinforcements.
Oh, I get it. That's some good decoying right there. And then when the reinforcements show up, the ambush team pops in and takes them all out, right?
We should form that ambush team then. I knew all those years of hunting down monsters in the bush would pay off someday. And we've got a gunner too. We'll be able to handle this, no problem. Alright, 2 teams locked down. Now for rescue and decoy 2. I think the second decoy team should also be comprised of my Royal Guardsmen. The special ops will definitely drop their guard more readily to apprehend them. So that leaves us for the rescue team. All of the other teams will be acting to provide cover for us. Ours will be the most important assignment on the field by far. This is no game. You're playing an actual role in a crucial turning point for our history. Make sure you're up to the task.
Sheesh, no pressure.
There's no need to worry. We will persevere. History favours the just. Besides, you guys are the Grand Sword Martial Arts Competition champions. And we'll be the ones keeping the majority of the enemy force busy. Hopefully all you need to worry about are the hostages.
Julia, Elnan, Zin,
We, Estelle. The word you're looking for is we. We can do this, and we will.
You're right.
You were so right! We're gonna kick some special asses! That's the spirit, and that's the plan. The operation will begin at nightfall. We'll use the dark for cover. Once the operation begins, you won't have any opportunity to return to the city. So if you still have loose ends to tie up, speak now or forever hold your peace.
Man, this is getting pretty real.
I will ensure that Her Highness is made aware of the plan. Alright everyone, tonight here. Got it? Okay. Cat returns to the town. Interesting. I feel like I've already got setups, if you know what I mean. I've got gems. I've got stuff. We're good. We've got information there, which is most important, of course. I believe, like, I'm set up and able to go. So that's not a problem. I think we could just go straight for it. I think we've done everything we need to do. I don't think there's any more jobs left. I mean, we check that job board all the time. But there is a missing girl somewhere. Ah, well. I mean, I've reached top rank. Surely that's all that matters. Oh, do we do this? Yeah, let's go ahead. I'll leave the breaking and entering to you guys. Well, you guys can totally do this. Looks like you haven't had a moment's rest since everything started. Take a minute now and get everything squared away. the only ones who can possibly pull this off. So let's get pulling. Intelligence is resorting to using hostages? That's just disgusting. Let's go save us a princess. I do love how, by the way, all the bracers are the ones that are actually doing the actual full-on battling. Like, there's decoys that are pulling them away, and then there's always bracers to jump out of bushes going, ha-ha, the bracer guild is here!
Oh, you're here. Good. Once your mission begins, you won't have any opportunity to return to the city. So you still have loose ends to tie up. Speak now or forever hold your peace.
I think we're ready.
Understood. Let's review the operation.
We just heard it.
Oh, ooh. These statues. So, are we going to meet back here? Well, this is the Amble Monument rest area, so this should be the place. The only real issue is whether or not Lieutenant Schwartz and the men can get here undetected. No need to worry about that.
God, they got fancy uniforms.
Whoa, when did you get here?
Nice work staying hidden in Gransel.
We have quite a few sympathizers among the citizens. We finished our preparations. We can begin whenever you're ready.
All right. We're waiting on your order, Estelle.
Huh? My order? You were the ones who originally received Her Majesty's request.
So we're waiting on your command before we begin.
But I'm just a rookie. That really doesn't matter. I don't think you'll have a problem. Just do it without shouting, okay? We'll be there to help. We have no objections. Have a little faith in yourself.
Don't worry about the trivial details. Just deal with things as they come.
Right. Okay then. Here goes. Everyone, let's get those hostages rescued. You said it without shouting. God.
I'm so freaking hungry. Isn't it time to change shifts yet? Come on, stay focused. There's no telling when the Royal Guardsmen might finally show themselves. There weren't more than 10 escapees. If the Colonel really put his mind to it, we could hunt a lot of them down in no time.
If you think it's so easy, then go ahead and try.
What? Lieutenant Schwartz?